Hello everyone, welcome to another Power BI tutorial by Team SlideScope. In this part, we are analyzing employee performance and training data, and you can see we have different KPIs here like employees count, average salary per month, average training hours, average years of experience, what is the median age, and for these KPIs, target field here is performance rating. So first we are using the categorical version of performance rating. We have also used calculated column to create a numerical version of this performance rating column, and then with that numerical column we are seeing average rating by department, average rating by education and job level combined, and employee count with total number of years of experience. You can see a decline here. You can also enable a trend line to see that. So how to build this visual, how to add this canvas background image where we have placed these KPIs, and we can also use a simple filter like this, or you can add more filters. That is all you are going to learn in this project. So this is part 1. Let's get started with part 1. So the data set that we are using in this project is employee performance and training data set. This can be used for data analysis, practice and machine learning also. This is employee performance data set which has 200 rows and 9 columns. So here you can see the data set. It has employee ID, age of employee, number of years of experience, their monthly salary. It is given in USD, and their training hours, their department, their job level, education level, and performance rating. You can see performance rating is given as average, poor, excellent, good, etc. And it's given like a categorical column. When you will use this field as a target field for machine learning, you have to change it in a numerical column. So you can write poor as 1, then whatever is the next level as 2, then next as 3, and so on. So we will see how we can do that. So we will get started by loading this data set. So now we will open Power BI desktop, and in Power BI desktop we will load the file. Because it's given as a CSV file, we will click on get data, text CSV, and simply connect it. So we will just load it here, and make sure all the columns and their values are aligned properly. If it is showing column as column 1, column 2, etc., then you have to transform data, and then in Power Query Editor use first row as header, which we have discussed many times in previous examples. We will load it, and here you have the data set. So we can rename the data set as employee performance. I am just using a short name because if we have to create a DAX measure, then we can simply use this short table name to create referenced columns or measures, etc. Now if you want, you can add an image to your canvas. So here is your canvas settings. This is blank canvas, and we have a canvas background where we can actually add an image. So I just created this image using a prompt, which I am going to try. I will try how to use this, or I will simply try this to show KPIs. Usually I show KPIs using cards. Here I am just using this. Fit is normal. We will fit, and we can, if you want, you can make transparency as 95, 94, whatever. So let's try with 10% transparency, and now we have the image, and it says build visuals with your data here. So what I'm trying to do is these 5 blank images that I created using Canva. So a wide shot of modern clean office interior with 5 desktop computer arranged on desk in one row. And if you want to go creative, you can use another font like this, prompt like this. So first of all, we will add heading for our data set. what we are going to do. It's employee performance and training data analysis dashboard. So obviously dashboard is understood. So this is dashboard 1. This will be a multi-part series. In first part we will do simple exploratory data analysis, and in second part we will try to answer some questions using DAX. So for heading we will just go and insert a text box, and in this text box I will add this. So this gives me employee performance data analysis. Let's select this, align it to center. We can use around 28 as a font size, make it bold. So this is employee performance and training data analysis heading. I will decide later what color to use, because this font color will depend upon what theme we are going with, but we can fix its height, etc. For its background, you can see we can give some transparency here as well. So let's give 5 or 10% transparency here, not 500, 10%, so that background is little bit visible. And next is we'll use this particular area for some filters and see. First we have to build some KPIs. Idea is to put KPIs here in these monitors. That's why I have kept it blank. So if we start from top, first is ID, like we have to count how many employees do we have, or how many employees do we have this data set. So for that we will use a simple card visual here. In this card visual we will drag ID, and it says 20k because it automatically uses some function for numerical values. So we will say count distinct. Count distinct is 200, which is showing count of ID. So count of ID is not meaningful. So here we can write employees count or something like that. And here we can just go and resize it to fit here. So you can see one thing we can do, because it already has a white background, so we can go to general effects and remove its background. So if we will remove it, we will be able to adjust it more properly. So here we have adjusted it. There is some gap from top, so we can go to general properties, padding, which I can reduce, and from bottom I can add this. Well, let me adjust. If we do it 0 from bottom also, then both headings and value will be properly visible. Then I can simply copy this and paste it here. After employee count, we have to see their average monthly salary also. So we will just go with average monthly salary. Sum of salary that company is giving monthly is 2 million, but we are doing it for employee basis, so we can select average monthly salary. And there I think we have to adjust display unit. If I display it in millions, obviously it will not be visible. Thousands is already showing in thousands, so I have to reduce its size to 41. So or 40 is also fine. So here I will write average monthly salary or average salary per month. So this is their average salary. These are called category labels. For category labels, if you want to go with some other color, you can select. You can also go to view, and in view you can select any other theme as well. So let's say if we go with this theme, So here you will find more colors in your palette. So for example this color or this color, so we can go with these colors and we can make them bold as well if needed. So let's try this and like this. So employee count, even for your call out values also, if you want you can use different color, but here I'm not going to, but it will be your choice. And then we can format painter and apply here to use the same color. Remember we use 40. Now we will copy it once again, put it here, and next is what is their average training hours. So I will uncheck this and select training hours and select average here also, and rename for this visual as average training hours. If it is possible I can, yeah. So this is, you can see on an average every employee is given a training of 53.39 hours. Similarly we will go with years of experience also. So average experience, I will just write what is their average experience in years, and you can see this company has an average of 10.29 years of experience, which is good experience, that most of the employees in the company are very senior employees. And finally we have age. So we would also like to see what is their average or median age. So for age also let's select median. You can see median of age is 41. So yeah, title is good, median age. So I am putting some notes for students, that what is difference between average, that is mean, and median. Average is the sum of all values divided by the total number of values. So math jacks was not loading. Now you can see the formula. Average is sum of all values divided by total number of values. So for example, if numbers are 10, 20, 30, 40, 100, average will be 200 by 5, because there are 5 values, and it will be 40. And mean is sensitive to outliers like 100 in this case, you can see, because all other numbers are very close but 100 is too far, so that's why average is showing as 40, but actually only one value is above 40. The median is the middle value when numbers are arranged in order. So numbers 10, 20, 30, 40, 100, if they are ordered, then middle value is 30. Median is not affected by outliers. There is a key difference. Balance point of data is skewed by extreme values in average, and median is the central value, robust against outliers. Median is 30, mean is 40. So here in our, you can read some real examples that I have given there. In our case, that's why we have selected median age. Average age may be different, you can see, but in our case luckily we have both close. Now once we have created the KPIs, we will try to see department wise number of employees, or if you are seeing performance rating, like you have to consider which one is your target field. So if performance rating is your target field, then you can create a numerical column from this, or when we are doing exploratory analysis we can see performance rating wise employee count. So here first thing that we can do is we can create a stack column. In this stack column, let's put it over here, and in this stack column chart I will just put ID, and second will be performance rating. So you can see it is showing sum of ID by performance rating, but actually we have to see count or count distinct. So here you can see performance rating of employees who have been rated as poor is 55, which is high. Then excellent is also 53, good is 53, and average is 39. And here we can actually rename this title as count of employees, or we can simply rename it here. So we can write employee count by performance rating. But we can style the title, like if you want to give any other color, for example like this, you can go with that. Here you can see your bar or columns are shown with this color. If you want to select any other color, for example like this, you can select it here, but we will go with this color that we already have, so that is good for us. And this is optional, but you can also go to general tab, effects, and increase some transparency here, so that you can see some background also, and you will not be, and your data is also properly visible. Here we can click here, and you can see sort access, which is currently by employee count. You can also sort by employee rating, or you can sort by sort ascending or descending. So however you want to show your data, you can do that. You can try to increase the height a little bit. This is employee count by performance rating. We can copy this chart. Now we also have average salary. So because performance rating is very important for us, so we will also try to analyze what is average salary or average monthly salary by employee performance rating. We will keep performance rating on x-axis and select average monthly salary like this. You can see their average monthly salary is almost same. And if we actually go to columns, here we have, or we have data labels, so we can enable data label and see their average monthly salary as well. So we can just rename for this visual as average salary. This is to see if there is some kind of correlation between average salary and their performance rating, so that you can see from here. Next we will create another chart, and for this we can use any other chart also. For example, we can use a clustered bar chart also. We can use a simple donut chart also, where you have like performance, average, excellent, good, and you can see the average salary also. You can see I just adjusted the title and it's good. So now we have average salary by performance rating, which is highest in case of people who are rated average by company. Next, we also want to find performance rating by average training hours. Like if employees are doing more training, are they getting more, uh, you know, are their average rating is increasing. So instead of average salary, I will just select training hours, and here we will keep sum of training hours. Only here we can see average training hours, but on the, and we can see in total for excellent we have highest, and obviously sum of training hours is highest for excellent, which correlates. And but if you want, you can do average also. So you can see in that case also, on an average, employees who have done 60 training hours, they have got average rating. So you can either select sum or average here. And for this we will simply go with a funnel chart, and in funnel chart, sort axis should be the numerical value. in descending order. So you can see sum of training hours by performance rating is given. I will just write training hours by performance rating, and if title is coming in 2 lines we can adjust it. We can also reduce the size of title. So if we keep 12 pixels, we can keep it in 1 line as well. Because I have to fit 5 visuals in one row, I am trying to increase their height. So otherwise fitting 5 will not be possible, and I will align their title horizontally, vertically in center. So it is also in center, and then we can actually reduce their width. One more, and we can put one more here. So these visual are for every KPI that we have. So I am just pausing and adjusting the width. Also, if you want to learn data analytics from scratch, you can contact us at slidescope.com. We provide online training for Power BI, Tableau, Python, everything related to data analytics. Now let's get back to our analysis. Then we have average experience. So for that we will use another visual. So here I am using a line chart where we are showing total years of experience, and if we just go with total years experience by performance rating, and you can see if we go with sum, then total experience in case of people with excellent skills is 614, and if we go with average, then you can see then also it is highest for people with excellent rating. So you can see here, so we will just rename it as average years experience by performance rating, or performance rating by average years of experience. And here we can also select a simple area chart to represent this information, and you can see for average, and it is lowest for good. Now as you can see, age is shown as a numerical field. So when it is already numerical, we don't have to convert it to any group or something that we do for histogram plot or to see its distribution. So here we will just remove this and select average or median age. So where we will just go with what is the median age by different values. So obviously we can see these employees are very close, but here we will select a tree map. So you can see again median age by performance rating is highest for people with excellent rating. For good it is 40, for poor it is 41, and then it is 39 for average. Now since we have the performance rating given here, so it is given like this: average, excellent, good, poor, etc. So this is a categorical field given as a text value, but we can create another column here. So we can create a new column and we can call it performance rating number, or I will just call it rating. And here you just have to replace your table name, which I have named as MPR, and here we are selecting the performance rating column. We are using switch function. So we are using switch employee performance rating. If its value is poor, then 1, average 2, good 3, excellent 4. Let's try. So you can see this is a simple way to create a calculated column. So for average you can see automatically 2, for poor 1, and so on. 1 being lowest and 4 being highest. And now if you want, you can see rating by other categorical fields that we have. For example, department, job level, education level. These are also important for us. So for example, if we have to see job level wise or department wise average rating, so we can select this. So let's click here. So we can select department and we can select rating, and instead of sum we can go with average. So now you can see our simple table is created where we can see average rating by department. So for engineering department, HR department, sales department, and we can easily convert it into a visual, like we can use a clustered column chart. So not this, just click on it and we can convert it to clustered column chart as we did above. So average of rating by department can be put here, and we can go to data labels and enable it. So this will show us what is average rating, and it is highest in case of sales department. And we can copy the same formatting that we have done here as well, just to make it little bit transparent. And I'm not enabling data label, but you can keep it like this. Since here the background is a little bit darker, so we can go to general setting effect and reduce the transparency to around 10 pixel. That will be good. And now we can copy this and put it here. Now in the similar way, we can also go with average of rating by education level. So we can select this, and we can actually select this chart, and instead of department we can select education level. So but the purpose of ribbon chart is different. In ribbon chart we can also add something as a legend. So for example, it can be department, it can be job level. So let's try, we have to say bring job level as well. So this shows average of rating by education level and job level. So this shows rating by edu and job level, which is education and job level. And how to read this chart, you can see for bachelor, high school, PhD and master students. For bachelor students, you can see average rating is highest, then for high school, then for PhD, then for master. And then we can see in bachelor where average rating is higher, like total average rating is higher. For bachelor, for job level, entry level, average rating is highest, and then it is second in case of high school, first again in case of PhD candidates, and then second in case of masters. And you can see for bachelors, you can see for senior level and high school level. So job level senior is at lowest position, and job level senior in case of PhD is also average rating is also poor. So that's how you can see average rating and job level together and their rank. So rank of each job level in different education level by average rating of performance, which we can see here. And finally, if we make a copy here, so what we have seen, we have used one categorical value with one numerical value, or for example here we have used two categorical values with one numerical value, that is average rating. But if you want to actually see exploratory, while doing exploratory analysis, you have to see how one numerical value goes with another numerical value. So you can select that as a select a scatter chart like this. For example, training hours and years of experience, and we can simply say don't summarize, and here also don't summarize. Usually when we get a fabricated data set, we don't usually see such kind of relationships, but actually you will see that between training hours and years of experience there will be some relation, or between rating and years of experience. So you can see here that if we are actually going with average rating, or if we are going with maximum rating, so how it is changing with years of experience. So that is something that you can check from here. Okay, if we just go with this, so sum of rating totally depends upon how many employees do we have. So let's say we select this and we select ID here. So instead of size, if we select ID in x-axis and we select count of employees, so you can see how count of employees is decreasing with years of experience. So basically, if you see number of employees, that means there are more freshers than senior level employees, and that you can see from this data. So in the similar way, we can create more values, and if you want, you can put some filters here also. Let's say I'm just showing if you want to show department as a filter, so you can add a slicer here, and in that slicer you can put any visual. For example, you can put any field. So for example, we can select department as a filter if you want to see department wise performance, and in slicer header is given as department, slicer is given as vertical list, which we can select as drop down. We can select this, and here slicer header is given like this. So I will select department. In general tab effects, we will again go with 20% transparency. So now we will select department, and we'll select marketing department and see performance for all marketing employees. We will select any other, so let's go with 15%. I think 15% will be better. We select finance department, see performance for all finance employees. So this is how you can use this filter feature also. So this is our employee performance and trading data analysis dashboard 1. In second part, we will come with more questions. Till then, please practice this. If you have any questions, any suggestions, please put them in the comment section below. We'll be happy to go through them. If you like this video, please hit like and subscribe to our channel to receive more notifications like this. Thanks once again. Have a nice day.